The last one we're going to talk about are the fair drag or the red caps. And here's where Wright and I are going to come to blows a little bit because he refers to them as red caps, which isn't wrong. He also refers to them as the fair drag, which means in Gaelic red man. And the Irish are always doing that. You have Bon Leith, which is the gray women, and fair drag, you have the red men. And they are similar, but they're not the same thing as red caps. And the main difference is being red cap seems to be an entity from Southern Scotland, Northern Great Britain. And they are known for, and this is one of the things that he loved, if you fall victim to them, they will soak their hats in your blood, which is what gives their hats the red color.
Wow.
But the fair Derg are solitary creatures, and they don't run in a pack, and they're mischievous, and they're easily offended. But there's a story from mythology called The Lucky Guest, where you have one of the red caps, the fair Fairjerg, show up to this house, and he just comes in out of a storm, and everyone freaks out, and he sits down and starts to smoke the dad's pipe who dropped it in shock, and everything just sits by the fire. And basically what happens is every time the weather's bad, he wants to come back to this house. And so they set up this thing so when his hand reaches in, which is really funny because there's a scene in the movie that made me think of this. His hand reaches in through a hole by the door, everyone sees it and goes to bed because he doesn't want to be watched. And he comes in and sits by the fire. At times when the family comes into conflict with that, where they want to watch him or the dad's drunk and is rude to him, bad things happen, but no one dies. So, like, this one guy's out working in the fields, and he had been really rude to the guy, and so a rock comes flying up and hits his shovel and splits exactly into 2 pieces around him, but if it woulda hit him in the head, it woulda killed him. So it had the ability to kill him, but it didn't. It would curse your cow
Like
and
Casper the
that
Friendly
kind of thing.
Ghost.
I don't know how to necessarily
Well,
say friendly, but
eh,
certainly not homicidal. You
it,
know what I
it,
mean?
they sound a little bit like Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
You get that's part of the whole fairy thing, the mischievousness and playing pranks and stuff like that. Me, I would find information, libraries, internet, talking to people. I'd see how it'd be easy to combine or mix up some things depending on your sources. I'm not saying right or wrong, but also for fictional movie purposes, maybe he did it on purpose, like the little bit of each.
That's true, and you can't deny that they're certainly related, the cultures are so close anyways. I think we're splitting hairs, but didn't want he liked the fact that unlike leprechauns who are mischievous but can be helpful and are mostly harmless, the fair Fairjerg revel in their violence and are certainly not harmless. They eat people for God's sakes.